Hey nerds, it's Cubbie, the Stranger Things guy. Welcome to another episode of Cubbie Chats. And this is going to be a good one because we're breaking down the recent Netflix event, Tudum 2025.
Mhm.
And of course, I'm here with Stranger Things Yapper, HannahSarah.
Hello, nerds. Welcome back. We are so excited to talk about this episode because so much to unpack, exciting shows to talk about. But we are also joined with Chris again. We're so excited to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
Absolutely. It's good to be here talking about Tudum or Tudum, tomato, tomato. That's kind of how I say it.
What is it?
I think it's Tudum.
I think it is
Tudum.
technically Tudum, but I've said Tudum so much
I did
that
too.
I'm just dying
Yeah.
on that hill now.
But when I hear the
Whatever.
Netflix sound, I hear Tudum.
Same.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I always say Tudum, but yeah.
whatever.
I was
It is what it
purposely
is.
trying to listen to how they were saying it, and I think you're right. I think it's technically Tudum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I kept getting an ad
Whatever.
of Jenna Ortega saying that on TikTok when I would be doom
I know.
scrolling at night. They would be like, I'll see you at Tudum for the next big reveal. And I was just like, okay, I guess it's Tudum.
Yep. Tudum was
Cool.
hosted by Sophia Carson recently off of Carry On, which I
So good.
liked. I
Love
feel like it got
that.
mixed reviews, but I liked it.
I like that. Lifeless was really cute and good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Tugged at my little heartstring, but yeah,
I think she did a pretty good job hosting.
yeah,
Um,
she's really fun.
we started the event with the Squid Games 3 trailer.
Yes,
What did y'all think? They had, I mean, the two big names from that season, Lee Jung Jae and Lee came out, the front man in Player 456, which I'm sorry. I know Lee, this Squid Game was his big breakout. I can't help but see Master Soul from Acolyte.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He is in that, you're right, yeah.
But
Osha.
I was super excited for this trailer because it left us on a big cliffhanger. The front
I don't
man.
think anyone saw jump rope coming. I always thought it was London bridges and everything,
Yeah.
but I'm like, jump rope? Oh, yikes!
I saw that and I freaked out because
Yeah.
there's no way in hell I'm making it past that round. There's no way. Like, just the nerves of life and death situation. I mean, I can barely jump rope in a
Yeah.
casual setting. Add life or death into that, there's no way.
Yeah, I'm good with
I'm-
jump rope, but when they bring in a second one with what is it, like double
You gotta do
dutch
the
or
double
whatever,
dutch.
I'm out.
Mm,
I'm out.
Mhm.
Corbin Blue might make an appearance, you know.
Yeah,
Jump
I
in.
could see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna make that reference, but I didn't know if y'all were gonna get it.
No, of course.
Yes.
I was like, "Where's
Childhood.
Kiki and Corbin?"
Seriously. So good.
Great
What's the
Disney
song?
mom.
You gotta push it to
Push
the
it.
limit,
Yes.
limit. That's the song from there.
Banger.
Super good.
Such a
But
good reference.
No, I'm stoked for that. I think everyone's been anticipating it. I'm anxious to see what happens. The ending.
Yeah,
I'm
I really want to know how this ends. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming off the trailer, which I think this is probably a given, but he's going to make it to the last round because he's back in his suit the same way they were for the final round from season 1.
Yeah, it looked like they both are. They're in a suit.
I can't take any more death.
Oh,
Unnie-
well, you're in the wrong show.
Unnie was so traumatic when they were playing the carousel game. Oh,
That was too much.
that was
I don't know if
brutal.
everyone's
me-
gonna die. I hope not. I hope it's not that scenario again.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some, like if the mom dies,
Yes.
no thank
You can't
you.
take
That'd be
it.
sad.
And then of course at the one little teaser we got last time, the baby crying. I definitely think she's gonna have her baby within the games. That's
Yeah, that was
traumatic.
nuts. That first
Yeah.
teaser when that happened, people were going crazy, and then
Oh
the
my god.
yeah.
shot of the coffin, that whole thing sparked a
Mhm.
Yeah, I
of
think
tears
that's
on
like a
TikTok.
dream. I feel like
Yeah.
that was kind of like a dream sequence, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot about
Feel like
that.
I will say with Squid Game, for me, I personally felt like I know that the director or the creator of the show said that his initial plan was to just do season 2 as one long season, but it was like
Mhm.
Netflix mandated that they chop it in half. And so I've always felt like since season 2, which was back in December, I was like, that felt like volume 1. I almost feel like this season 3 is technically just like volume 2.
Yeah.
It almost felt like an incomplete season to me. I was like, it had a crazy cliffhanger at the end, but I was like, only 7 eps. Like, I think they could have done a mega season 2 and just had season 1 and season 2.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
at least
like
we didn't have to wait that
volumes.
long. You know?
Yes.
So
Yeah, I didn't
Thank you for
expect
that.
us to have to wait till June. I was thinking we would probably get it February or March. But the weird thing I think with Squid Game is that the hype was all there when season 2 dropped, and we saw the videos and edits and obviously people talking about it, and then it's just like gone, you know.
yeah.
But there's like no little, like, Netflix didn't drop any like little nuggets and things up until last month, really, to kind of keep us fed for that. It's just gone.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Netflix shows just don't get marketed as much as they used to, or as much as like studio movies or like big Marvel shows, just because it's Netflix and they assume that like the marketing speaks for itself when people are on the platform.
Yeah.
Just like with banners up top of like, oh, this is coming soon.
Yeah.
But I do wish they marketed a little more out in advance, kind of like big movies. But I get it's a different market. So
And you know what? They do a really good job putting enough of the film teaser or show teaser in the banners, like playing while you're searching for something.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, let me just watch that then and see what it's about. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. That's June 27th. So
Yay!
right
This
on the corner.
month. It's crazy.
I
It's
know.
already June.
Weeks away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exciting.
After that was Wake Up Dead Men, which is a Knives Out mystery.
Which I'm stoked for. I love Knives Out. I love mystery stuff. I'm like, yes! And I liked how like being there was really fun because I watched like, okay, them go back and forth. And I'm like, who's coming up next? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But that was really cool. And I think I'm excited for Glenn Close in that one because classic. But I think it's a really nicely stacked cast.
It is a good cast. It's got, let's see, Daniel Craig, Josh Brolin, Glenn Close, like we just said, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner was there, which I was very excited to see. Ripped up. For having his accident 2 years ago, he looked good. Absolutely jacked.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's in good health right now for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that cast is absolutely stacked. I love how Glenn was in her car.
It's very on brand.
And they were like, I can't remember what the joke was, but they were like, we couldn't get Glenn Close to say so and so, whatever it was.
And then
I was like, do y'all not remember the Deliverance? When she talked about that pussy. Like, hello. That was such a big moment. A huge edit. Nobody remembers that, and y'all are saying she's not gonna say it. I'm like,
anyway.
Okay, just
No,
me.
I thought it was cool.
Just me.
No,
honestly, I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop right now.
Oh my gosh, you'll have to watch The Deliverance. It's got
I
Caleb.
have not seen it.
Yeah.
Really?
Caleb is in there.
When did this come out? Is this a movie or show?
It's a movie
I'm
on
really
Netflix.
out of the loop on it. I am.
It's a movie on Netflix. I think it came out late last year.
Yeah.
Right around Halloween time. Yeah, it's about a girl in like a cycle of trauma and abuse and poverty. She moves her family, and while she's dealing with all that, her son becomes possessed. So it's a little bit on the horror possession route. But yeah, Glenn Close is in there. That's where she drops that line.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It's Caleb was fantastic in it.
I bet he crushes it all the time. Yeah,
that's what I say. Underrated.
Also in that Knives Out 3, which is what I'm just going to call it. I know it's Wake Up Dead Man, but I'm just thinking about it like Knives Out 3. Josh O'Connor and Kaylee Spaney too. They're both newer actresses that are like Kaylee Spaney, who's an alien Romulus.
Yes.
And then Josh O'Connor from Challengers. Like it's a great cast, all ages. And I think that's just going to be a blast when it comes out.
What did you guys think about the first two?
I quite like them both a lot.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I'm
a fan of these types of movies, so Whether they're good or not, I'm always like, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But I really liked it.
Yeah. I liked the first one. I'm a little more on the fence on the second, but this third one I think looks really, really good. So
yeah.
Yeah, the first one is like a Thanksgiving movie. That's what like my friends always say. It's like it's just one of those movies that it's like a Thanksgiving vibe, fall. It's not there's no other way to say it. Once you just watch it, like the autumn leaves, the cool breeze in the air, it just it sets the tone for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm excited for this one. After Wake Up Dead Man, One Piece. Which I will say, like, watching it, at home online, it seemed like the One Piece fans were the ones that really showed up at this event.
They were everywhere.
Every single time the camera cut to an audience, somebody was in a One Piece cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who this girl was, but they kept panning over to a girl, and she was like in a pink outfit and pink glasses. No idea if she's in a fandom or if that was just her outfit, but that just came into my head. One Piece and the girl in the pink glasses, sunglasses, and dress kept popping up.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think this show is huge. Like, they're still making it. And I think what they've done from the anime to this is really good. Like, the casting I felt has been top tier, very close, and their acting's really fun. And yeah, I'm excited that we saw Chopper for the first time.
We did see
really
Chopper.
Cute.
I do like this. I also like this cast because I feel like they enjoy talking about the show.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Except for one person. I don't know. There was one person there, and I cannot remember his name, but I was like, does he want to be there? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Did y'all notice that too?
Is it the guy who plays Zoro?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Very out of the loop on One Piece. Like, I've never seen.
Chris is like, I'm stepping out of this.
Nor have I seen this current version. I know it's huge, so I was just like, I was checking out when they were presenting it. But I saw that little cuddly fella, Chopper.
Yeah,
we're going crazy. Like, people were reacting to that, and it had like 2 million views. I was like, what is this?
Fandom is nuts, nuts. My kids are starting to watch the anime show, and I'm like, they're gonna be 50 by the time like we're done because it's so long.
It's long.
Like, it's an anime that you
insane.
And they're still making them. I'm like, are we done? I would like to know the end before I die.
Yeah. I didn't realize how many books there were, anime books. I didn't realize how many episodes there were. So it's just, but that makes me wonder, like, how did they gonna wrap up the live action?
They've like, obviously they're going kind of quick because like the first season of the actual show is much longer than what they have in this season. So but very curious. Definitely there's some characters I'm very curious how they're gonna do it, because one guy is like a skeleton guy, and so that's gonna be very interesting.
Maybe they'll do it like pirates. Remember how they would switch back from human form into their skeletal form? That was a good one.
Yeah.
Super scary too.
Great film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that we're all Stranger Things fans, but I'm so hyped for Frankenstein.
Okay.
That was probably one of the best teasers. It looked so good. I'm so excited for Oscar Isaac.
Jacob Elordi. But Oscar too. He's great. Look, I have his best friend with me right now.
Pedro.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. This is ridiculous.
You know what? I will say that since I have started this podcast with HannahSarah, Pedro has infiltrated my FYP a lot.
You're welcome.
I don't get it.
He's on mine a lot too, I'll be honest. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Oh.
See.
So you're on the Pedro bandwagon.
I'm on I'd say not even the bandwagon, because
you're driving
I loved him as Oberyn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in Game of Thrones days. So
I was like, I've been here since forever.
No, but yeah, I'm on the train.
You cannot watch Fantastic Four if you don't like him. Sorry, it's a rule.
I don't.
Candy, no movie for you.
Just like I said,
Not a fan.
I just like I told, I don't understand the outfit. I don't understand the fits.
It's called fashion.
Look it up, Cubbie. Look it up. If it's not a Stranger Things shirt or hoodie, I'm not wearing it. So what do I know about fashion?
True.
No, Cubbie, you have fashion. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Chris
The
is
hoodie's
matching.
sick.
Wait, what are you wearing,
First
Chris?
shadow. I got an Eddie Munson shirt on.
Ooh,
The upside down
hat
tour, it
on.
says.
that's a
That
good
I
one. Yes, I do have my first shadow hoodie on, by the way.
Very cool stuff.
Super soft.
Love.
10 out of 10 recommend the show.
That
But anyway,
hat you have, I've
Frankenstein.
been thinking about. Sorry to get off topic.
You
No,
what?
you're good.
You have the Broadway hat, or is the
Oh,
one
yeah.
that says Broadway? I want that hat so bad.
Good.
We could talk about this because we're talking about Netflix. Netflix is the producer of First Shadow. I'm so ready to go back to that show. And it's been like,
I just want to go so bad round one.
it's just, I like what the theater audience, because I'm a little bit getting on Broadway talk because of this show. And they're like so on the fence about it. But I'm like, just go watch it. It is so good. Like maybe it's a little more produced, there's a little bit more stunts in there and things like that. And maybe it's not like traditional, how people see traditional theater, but it is so good.
I think they like just go beyond like what Broadway normally is. Like they're breaking that typical cycle of Broadway.
Which I think is such a weird conversation because Sonia Friedman also did Harry Potter, which is still a long running show. And it follows a very similar production style. So I'm just like, y'all need to just give it a chance because it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to get up there and check it out. The behind the scenes thing on Netflix was super cool.
I love that too.
Behind the Curtain, I believe it was called.
Yeah, Behind the
So
Curtain.
Victor is in the ensemble in that cast, and he recently he's the understudy for Louis, so he recently just filled in for Henry this past week.
I saw that.
And I was very lucky and randomly, and I didn't even realize this, but his parents followed me on social media, but I never connected that, but I happened to be sitting right behind them. And they were saying that this casting process for just New York started like 2020, late 2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's right at the start of West End premiering. And then they got their calls, got their calls in July. So it was almost pretty much half a year. And then they started late quarter 3, early quarter 4 for production to get it going. But yeah, that was crazy. Still the perfect cast. Dora is perfect in Karen Wheeler. Louis fantastic. This is almost year 3 for him.
Yeah.
And if Louis doesn't win the Tony, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm saying it right now. I will fucking lose my shit. He is throwing his body around. Like, it's not a musical, but the way that they have their stunts and the production, it is choreographed down. So if he doesn't win, I'm going to lose my shit. Quote me on that.
We'll check in with you.
Yes.
Live reaction to the Tonys.
Stage production, lighting also got noms, Tony noms.
Yeah.
They actually happened to just win the Drama Desk Awards, so kudos to them.
Yes.
Very, very happy because that's again production's 20 out of 10. Huge. Different level.
Yeah.
Oh, but we should all plan a trip.
I want to go so bad this year at some point.
I have an idea.
Plan to go up there, but I want to.
I have an idea. But I'll message all that because I don't want to say it on here.
Okay.
But I have an idea.
Okay.
So just and then if it happens, then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I have an idea. I think we can get. Yeah. Anyways.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, go see Foreshadow. It's so good. Guillermo del Toro directing this.
That was so cool.
Okay, but Jacob Elordi is Frankenstein, right? Because they started showing him, and I was like,
monster, I believe, right?
The monster. Yeah, sorry.
And then,
Frankenstein's the doctor.
And then is that? Yeah, I think Frankenstein himself is that's Oscar Isaac. Right?
Oscar, yeah.
That's such a cliche. I shouldn't fall into that. Yes, Frankenstein
and
is
then,
the doctor.
What's her name? Mia Goth, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mia Goth's in it. Incredible. I finally watched Pearl Maxine X, and she's insanely talented. So really good cast for this one as well.
God, this is gonna be so good. I can just tell by the style of the editing. It's gonna be so pretty and so good. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's like all the. I think I don't want to watch any more like trailer. I'm very picky when it comes to. I'm like, don't show everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all I needed to see.
No, there's this big talk out there that like trailers are giving away so much now.
It is.
Have y'all seen that?
I think they do. I think they do. I'll admit it. I think that a lot of, especially big movies, like superhero movies specifically, they'll show a lot from the third act. I think it's all about the context, though, in certain instances of scenes.
Yeah.
Like you're selling a Mission Impossible movie. Well, you kind of have to show the stunts, but without the context. So Tom Cruise hang from a plane, but you don't know the why behind it.
Why?
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't feel as spoilery, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Agreed.
But that's kind of my take on it. I think they do reveal a lot.
Yeah. I wish trailers just weren't 2 minutes anymore. It doesn't feel long, but like it is. Because they show a lot. Like, I'm fine with 30 seconds to a minute even. Like, you can pack a lot into that.
No, they're super long. Oh my gosh, the worst is like when you have a movie and like it starts at 11, but then by the time you get through trailers, it's like 11:35.
Yeah.
Because everything is so long.
Yeah.
I'm like,
ridiculous.
Okay,
what the heck?
Yeah. I'll usually just watch the first one that'll ever come out and then try to avoid everything else because it's just like
it's rewarding. Yeah, it's rewarding when you successfully avoid the trailers. Like sometimes I'll just be like, I'm watching them all. I'm too excited. I got to see it. Like that's how I am with Stranger Things. We'll just talk about it in a sec. But with like Marvel, I remember for Infinity War, I watched the teaser and then I actively avoided the next footage. Like I would leave the theater if I went to see a movie before then, and I would walk out of the theater when the preview would come on and walk back in when it was over.
Dedication.
And it was rewarding, because I didn't see like any of the iconic shots, like the one of Cap, when he catches Thanos' gauntlet, like that punch. I didn't see that beforehand, so I was like, hell yeah.
Some things are worth like holding back and not watching. It's just a better feeling.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay. After Frankenstein, I'm excited for this one too. Playing right back into millennials. Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah. Cameos galore, huh?
Oh my gosh. Bad Bunny is the caddy.
Oh, that was cool.
Travis Kelce was in there. Julie Bowen is back. I'm really excited about this, but I'll be honest. Adam Sandler movies are hit or miss. Like, Grown Ups was fantastic. Click is fantastic. His older stuff, Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore, great.
Yeah.
Some of the newer stuff, not so much. Like I didn't like. What was it called? The murder mystery one with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh yeah, I never watched those.
I don't think I watched those.
Exactly.
They look so awful.
Exactly. If it was hyped up and good, I probably would have watched it. I would have remembered the name.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
What, is it like Murder on a Train? No.
I think it's just like murder mystery. I think is what it is.
I think it is.
Cubbie's Halloween or something like that. I don't know.
Halloween with Will Byers, Noah Schnapp's.
Maybe that's a different
Yeah.
a different movie. But yeah, they're hit or miss for me. So I'm praying.
That is just another mystery. Yeah, I didn't watch.
His
praying.
serious roles are what I love lately. Like Uncut Gems was the last movie with him that I was like, hell yeah.
Mhm.
But the comedies really, I never have loved Adam Sandler comedies. I mean, he's like iconic. I get it. And I think some of his movies are delightful, but
Yeah.
a lot of them do
Yeah.
miss for me, unfortunately. So I just, I'm skeptical.
I'm just hoping it's not just dumb, over the top jokes.
Mm.
That's what'll like.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when they did like Scary Movie 5, and they were just like stupid jokes, just stupid to be stupid.
Yeah, there was an era of comedy that was kind of like that, I feel. And then they kind of just faded away, and now comedies are kind of rising back up
I think
a little
comedy's
bit.
coming back.
Yeah, I do too. So
we need it.
Gosh. I know we got the Stranger Things teaser, but I think Wednesday was we're going to skip Stranger Things, save it for the end. I think Wednesday was the big monumental moment at Tudum.
I think so.
They had.
It felt like a little confusing because I felt like, wait, is this like a new thing? Because it just felt like something completely new from the first. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope they kind of keep things the same as season 1, but obviously Gaga was there, and of course she's going to end the show. But also, I forget, Wednesday is Netflix's most watched show, like of all time, with one season. And I think Stranger Things 3 is actually in the top 10 of most watched, like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Somebody could fact check me, but I think that's right. So, yeah, I guess me being in the Stranger Things fandom, I assumed the party would be the end, but no, it's Wednesday.
I think the reason they put Wednesday after was because they have to establish that as like the next show that like coming. Their tentpole show, right? That will be around for a couple more seasons, you'd think, because this is the end of Stranger Things. But
and also anything after Gaga wouldn't work.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to.
That. Yeah, that was like really fun to watch.
How was it, HannahSarah? Because you were there, like the energy after Stranger Things, where people were like, "All right, I'm ready to leave." Because if I was there, I admittedly, as someone who wasn't there, right, like I had Tudum on. But once Stranger Things, I turned off after Stranger Things. Like I went back and watched some of the footage, but I was like, I gotta go talk about this right now.
I know.
And so I just stopped watching. But I couldn't tell because I wasn't there. Like, was there a dip in energy a bit? Because I feel like Stranger Things. I mean, to me, I'm very biased here. Those, Finn, Caleb, Noah, they walk out. They do the VHS thing. Like I'm over the moon at that point, and anything after that to me is just like, oh, this is cool,
like
but I gotta
whatever.
Go.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was for me. Like I got on my phone and was like doing stuff on it, and then like I didn't really. I love Wednesday, but I didn't watch the trailer much. I was like looking up, down, looking up, down. But then like Lady Gaga came on, and I was like, okay, I'm fully in for that. But yeah, I felt like the energy. Just kind of the whole night though was kind of like up and down and whatnot, and yeah, I was just like fully like tapped in. Everyone was texting me. I'm trying to get content out. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is really hard being here. I can't do this right now.
Yeah,
trying to process it. I got in my car after and like just sobbed. I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Like, yeah. But yeah, in the moment, I'm just like, okay, yeah. But
yeah, because like I was on TikTok live reacting to everything, but like the number one thing everybody was saying was that, what is this crowd? Just like, get hyped, y'all.
Yeah, it was like I mentioned before, just I know everyone's there for different shows, but even so, like the energy was so off. I was like in my video that I posted, I'm like, I'm hyped for this trailer. Like, I'm so excited. Like Caleb trying to hype up the crowd. I'm like, is nobody here for Stranger Things? Like, are we okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the end, guys. Get hyped. It was crazy, but Yeah, it was just all over the place. But
Yeah, it wasn't hyped enough for me.
yeah.
So
see, for me as someone who is at home, I was hyped myself, so I
Yeah.
was content. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
I'm like screaming. I'm like,
we could see you were hyped because we saw your reaction vid.
yeah, I
So
was
you could-
very excited.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
pumped, man. Like and I thought they were. I don't want to. Are we going into it?
Let's go into it. Go into it. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go into it. I'm ready. Like, I was doing a live stream on my YouTube channel, and there were a bunch of people in there, and like I said, whenever we get Stranger Things, like I'm in this thing, and I'm gonna go. I'll watch it off air and like post video and do all that. And like once they came out, they were just kind of egging us on. I felt like the whole time, like giving us this new BTS of all the the seasons when they were younger, and I was like, they're not going to give us anything, and they act like they're walking off stage, and I was like, if they don't show us something right
I know.
now,
I'm like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm going like Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder, and I'm raging. And then they come back, they have the VHS, and then they play the date announcement teaser thing, and I was just like, it's game on.
I was like,
Yeah.
Delivered.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was with you for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, we're just gonna get like a date or something. They're not gonna drop anything. I mean, the teaser, about 2 minutes long. First minute, even a little bit over a minute, is just flashback footage.
I know. I'm in my head. I'm just like, if they don't show anything new, like they would do this to us. They're like giggling, editing this, like, oh, we're gonna just make that.
But then we get the dates, November 26th. Okay, good. Christmas. Okay, Merry Christmas to us. Then they drop the bomb finale, New Year's Eve.
With
3 parts.
Yeah, it was not supposed to be that. I'll tell you that. I've heard from a lot of people like on set, it was not supposed to be 3 parts. So even my friend was like, oh, we did not know that it was going to be 3. Like it was always set to be 2. So I think this was a very kind of sudden thing. But I like it. I think it's good and that it's nicely spaced out. And on holidays, I know people are like, I have plans. I'm just like, you're with family and friends anyway. Like, I think marketing, this is huge. Like, they know that we're going to be with people like watching. So I think it's a very good marketing strategy to do it like that.
I think so too. I did a whole TikTok today about using the Taylor Swift song. I don't want to hear all your bitching and moaning about it. Because here's my take on it. And yes, I understand that. I mean, right now I'm trying very hard not to comment the eye roll emoji on everybody's TikTok who's complaining about it. And
they're not fans.
It's different.
I would love to go off. I'm passionate about this as well.
Yeah.
It fires me up, man.
And I try to be like, be nice, Cubbie. Be nice. Because it is different. Being so heavily in the fan base, I understand. I have a much more bias. I'm much more passionate. I'm much more involved in this, right?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine getting the final season and just dropping 8 episodes. Because binge watch it. Of course, we're all going to binge watch. And then it's done. It's absolutely done. Forever. You know what I mean?
They're giving us that time.
Season 4.
And I like cliffhangers.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Season 4 left us on such a great cliffhanger to keep us coming back for July. And they're going to do that every single time. Yeah. So yes, are they spreading out the hype? Frankly, over a month. Let's be real. A little over a month.
Thank you.
Think about what we just talked about. Squid Game was 6 months. Squid Game dropped December 26th, and now it's coming out June 26th. What do we say? June 27th.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. We have 3 dates in a little over a month time frame. Y'all need to chill the fuck out.
I agree wholeheartedly, dude. And what pisses me off is like, if you look at season 4, it was May 27th to July 1st. That's the entire time span of that season. Exactly. That's about the same amount of time for this season. We're getting 8 episodes in about a month. If they were to release week to week, it'd be 1 episode per week, 8 weeks. I mean, it's even quicker than that. So I don't know what the complaints are. And the thing I've seen is people taking and making fake rage almost out of it, as if, oh my God, Stranger Things is dropping in 3 parts, without the context of the fact that it is just from November 26th to December 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Saying 3 volumes out of context could mean over a year, but you have to give the context. This isn't the Cobra Kai scenario where it was July, November, February. That was brutal. This is over about the holiday season, we'll call it.
Yeah,
it is smart marketing. Selfishly, do I wish that it was a different time of year? Kinda, because like I'm gonna be like, peace out, fam. Like I'm not spending.
Oh yeah, me too.
With you. Goodbye. Like, I gotta go cover this stuff, but you know, that's life. You only get one Stranger Things 5, and so the fake rage about it too, even before the date announcements, it pissed me off because like people have been like, oh, it takes 3 years. The kids are gonna be in retirement homes. It's just these recycled Twitter points from people who are just negatively using Stranger Things to garner attention and views, and it pisses me off every time I see it. I can't stand it.
I think what people don't understand is that between like the ending of season 4 to now, there were strikes going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they couldn't do anything. And like that's huge. And also editing, pre-production, post-production, those things take time. A lot of Stranger Things is CGI. And I would much rather have it be a later date than rushed it and it just not be good.
Yep.
And so like I think people don't understand that a lot goes into shows like these things. And like strikes, like that was a huge deal, and like you can't do anything about that. So I think people just are complaining to complain. It's like, okay, then don't watch it.
Like the pandemic and the strikes took away nearly 2 whole years of like Stranger Things that could have, like the show, if neither of those happened, we would have already seen season 5 by now. It's crazy to think about a what if, but people always they remove the context of things. They don't they don't acknowledge the fact that this show's VFX work unlike anything else we're seeing in like TV or some movies. It's a show of its own. It's one of a kind, and so of course it's going to take a little longer. But frankly, there are movies that take 5 years, like the Batman and the Batman 2. That's a 5-year gap for a 2.5-hour movie. What are we talking about? No one's as mad about that though. So I think it's people using that against Stranger Things because it's the big popular show, and I've always just found this phony rage online. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
And I did see a TikTok, and this guy was complaining about it, what we're talking about, and he brought up like a whole list of other TV shows from like Apple TV, like Severance was on there, and I can't remember one of the newer ones. I can't remember what it was, and he was just saying these shows are 2 and 3's already, season 3's already coming in the same time frame it took Stranger Things to put out an X amount of. But, and I really have to stop myself from, because I don't want to get into it with people in comments. So I really have to stop myself. But I was like, what he's comparing is like 30, 45-minute episodes with zero, frankly, production. There's no CGI. I'm sure it's a lot less time to, after shooting, the post-production is a lot faster than a show like Stranger Things. And they keep also comparing it to cable, which most cable shows have 15, 20 episodes. I'm like, it's still not the same caliber. There's not
a different era of TV as a medium in general. It's completely changed to something we've never seen with the streaming era. That was when we were getting like 25 episode seasons and like musical filler episodes. So I don't understand the comparison. This is beyond TV and movie. Like this is its own new thing. Its own
shout out Grey's and Riverdale musical filler episodes. But yes, that really irritates me because I'm like, I don't even think y'all are looking at what you're actually saying or looking at Stranger Things in general. No. Especially knowing like we're pretty much getting full film length TV episodes.
Correct.
For a majority of these episodes. So it's not
I
like
would argue it's actually impressive that it's only taking this amount of time.
Yeah.
Like it's impressive to me that they're getting all this done in 3.5 years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that argument really ticks me off. Yeah. But I'm always like, what if Netflix comes across a comment and You know, I don't want people seeing me get into it with other people, but it pisses me off. I will say it.
No, yeah, it riles me up. I talk about it a lot with my fiance. I'm like, which is cool that I can say that now. By the way, it's new. For me.
Yes!
Congratulations!
I'm still getting used. Thank you.
Damn it! I was supposed to start with that. I forgot.
I've been saying my girlfriend sometimes, and I'll have to I'll be like, oh, I can't say that anymore.
Nope, that's not it.
Yeah.
Wait, let's take a moment from bitching. Talk to us about this proposal.
Okay.
How'd it go? What was the plan?
So it was planned well in advance on my part. What I did was I reached out to a local theater chain, and I just emailed this girl who works there, one of the managers, and I said, I want to set up like a surprise fake screening and make it into like a proposal.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I rented out a theater, and the Thursday that Thunderbolts came out, I said, we're going to go see Thunderbolts at like the early showing, 2:00. It was on the Thursday. And I had the theater rented out. And what I did was I made a video, like a montage through our relationship with some music. And like I had text on screen. And at the end of that video, I said, like, you know, will you stand up with me? And then that's when I asked her. But I faked her out because I had I had previews playing. So they showed like the Superman preview, and like the Mission Impossible preview. And then she had no idea. It was a really cool moment, just us in the theater, and then the girl like recording it from the back of the theater. But it was a complete surprise, and I pulled it off. So
that's
it was exciting.
cutest,
and it's on brand for you.
It
is. The movies.
Because we love going to the movies, and she loves Bucky Barnes. So like the movie he's in, I'm gonna steal the thunder from him.
Yeah,
so good. Oh my gosh, I love that.
So yeah, it's been exciting.
Yeah.
So it's still relatively early, but no date yet.
We have one now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
In August of next year. So
the 9th.
August 1st.
Oh,
so cute.
It could be like the 9th is my birthday.
Oh, okay.
No, this is not you.
Shut it.
I'm just glad that Stranger Things isn't interfering with that.
True.
Yes, so true.
That would be stressful for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's very, very exciting. We're so happy, and that was really such a good idea, and it's a really cute how on brand it is for y'all.
I appreciate that.
So cute.
Well, kudos.
Thank you.
All right, back to bitching.
To quote 11.
Gosh.
Back to bitching. Okay, let's break down this this trailer. You know what I love?
Yes.
You know what I kind of love about us is that we're all on doing our own thing, but it's still kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Because I'll be like, we're all we all can connect the dots, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we all posted how
our breakdowns,
yeah. But so many what they showed us in season 5 really did match up to things in previous seasons, and I really love that. The thing that I didn't catch the first time around is that we do see Hopper and 11 together again, just like in season 2.
Yep. Yes,
which I was really, really excited about because they weren't together. 11 was on her own in season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pretty much not with really any of the group really.
Even the other season 3, she really didn't have much
season
time
2.
with him.
She's with her sister.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
She's
I'm
really not with them.
I know.
Not at all.
So I'm really happy that this season, it's that father-daughter moment that we just need.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I do not want Hopper to lose another daughter.
Yeah.
But,
well,
I will say after this footage, to me, that the least safe character we've seen in the footage is 11. Good Lord. I just got a feeling that shot of her screaming, covering her ears and head.
Yeah.
Is that going to be playing mind games, I fear.
Yep.
I've kind of always thought that too. And everyone's just oh, it's too obvious to make Elle die. Stop saying it started with her, blah, 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 it's going to end with her. I'm just but it kind of It is. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like that's something that I can see happening and everything.
Wholeheartedly agree.
No.
I think so too.
Maybe I've kind of gone back and forth with, I don't know if like necessarily like dying. I also thought, what if she has to like, stay in the upside down or something like that and officially close it for good and she's there forever and whatnot. But yeah, I think
that's horrifying to think about. I think that would be
Yeah.
even worse.
same. I think I'd rather be
Yeah.
And it's really hard to tell because I think Millie has talked about it so many times where it's like, kill my character off. And then she's like,
or that one video, she's like, I walked in on them and I saw my character's face.
yes.
And I'm like,
And she walked
"Ooh."
out.
And I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But then now here recently, it sounds like it's been like backtracking a little bit. So like, I do think I honestly top 4 probably that have a good chance. 11 Will, Steve, Dustin. That's who I would put my top 4. Because I think all those deaths would hurt the most, and Will and 11 make the most sense, death wise.
Interesting. I've had Elle, Will, I've had Holly and Karen, and also toying between Robin and Jonathan. Maybe Murray, but yeah.
See, to me, I think Murray's toast.
Yeah,
I love Murray, by the way.
Yeah.
But I think he's in trouble because I feel like he's one of the, like, I think the Duffers realize the stakes are really high. And so they're going to kill one or two like main players, like an 11 or a Will, kind of flip a coin. And then someone else might go early to mid-season, someone like a Murray, because I think of the connections he has to other characters. And he's friendly with them, but it wouldn't be like as devastating of a blow as like a Jonathan or a Steve, So I feel like he's a bit more killable. But I also think he's the most underrated character in the show. It has nothing to do with my thoughts on him as a character. It's just, in terms of, he could just be, I guess collateral damage in a sense, where he's someone's got to pay the price, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that too.
What do you guys think is coming out of the gate they're opening? We hear the banging.
The farm door?
And it's, nope, the one with the military.
Oh, the military base? Like, when the panel goes
think that's,
like that?
I think that's tunnels, and that Demogorgons are coming out. I think Vecna's also coming through a portal in this moment. Because if you like quickly see, there's 2 sets of military groups, and I think there's 2 doors that are opening. But it's definitely like downtown Hawkins where it's all closed off with military. And so, yeah, I think it has to do with the tunnels. And
what? Speaking of that, what the hell was that big wall of vines? That's
my favorite thing to theorize.
According to the crew, they call it the meat wall. I'm like, oh,
yeah. I don't even know if I could say what it reminded me of.
I don't even want to hear. I don't think.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But
the Vecnasi is real.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna leave.
No, people, if you guys are listening to this, you can DM me and I'll tell you. Okay.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous.
I can't be the only one.
No.
All I know is Netflix is going to subtitle it with squelching. Wet squelching.
Yeah, I'm like,
they love to use that, dude. It makes me sick.
It's yeah. I cannot be. Somebody message me, okay? If you guys had the same thought, somebody message me, okay? Right, I have my finger pointed up. I look like what's his face? What's his face? What's up, brother?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sketch.
Sketch.
Yeah, sketch. But if you zoom in on like that, like circular.
Why are you spreading it like that?
Can you shut up? I'm gonna leave. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna get through this. Zoom in on the photo. You see, it looks like an egg of some sort. I made a video of this, and people were saying, "Oh, what if like Will is really in there and he's been dead this whole time?" And I'm like, "Whoa, my gosh."
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I don't want to think about that."
Yeah. Matrixy. That's kind of what I get.
Yeah. And then I also had thought that it looks like an egg, so maybe a new monster hatching. I think what did I say? It's a D&D like monster, the Thestral or something like that.
You think that that's a Hydra?
Yeah, that thing. And then I've also have talked about, I think the dragon, 3-headed dragon is coming within Will's painting. But yeah, I don't want to touch it. It looks awful.
I think that's coming too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah. And then like the bottom of that, that's definitely Hopper and Elle looking up at it. So, and I've also has mentioned that I think this is also like the border of the Upside Down, because I don't think anywhere else is in the Upside Down. I think it's just Hawkins when Will when she like opened the gate when Vecna and stuff but whatnot. But I think that's
I know what you mean.
yeah.
I had a thought that, and this is a bit of a stretch, maybe it's too artsy, but like that you know, the wall, the meat wall, I guess we'll call it. It could like represent the walls of Vecna's mind, and so they have to go through it to sort of, I guess, penetrate into his mind. Not to use that word, I knew you would.
Y'all are played into it,
but no, for real. They can like mess with his mind somehow through there. I don't know. There's always, but the border thing definitely I thought of, and then also
maybe it's like to get to Dimension X.
Yes, that's the other point I was going to make. A Dimension X portal gate, if you will. Lots of lore reveals coming though, and I'm ready for that. I'm ready for it all.
I'm so ready for all of this.
I need to make like a bingo chart of like, or like a check mark of, okay, take a drink every time I'm right of like something. Like just start making a list. I don't know.
So what do you think is busting through that door at the farm type
the
setting?
barn?
Like with Joyce, you know, she has the axe. What's coming through that door?
Oh,
I don't know. I also had this thought when they released that audio the other day with like in their channel. I wonder if maybe that's banging.
That's
on
what
the
I
barn
was thinking.
door
Was it the barn door, or was it the gate that started opening?
Yeah, something. I've heard some people say, what if it's really nothing, like not a threat? But I'm like, the lights look like they're going off.
Yeah.
Will looks like he's looking up. I don't know what it could be. I don't think it's Vecna.
And then I kind of wonder, like,
it could be some Demogorgons.
Yeah, Demogorgons.
Yeah. And then I also wondered if there was anything from season 3 that would come back, like the Tom and Bruce monster, another one forming like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Will's scream was probably the most talked about thing. So good.
Oh, yeah, because of
it's going
audio.
It's going. I know season 2 was Noah Schnapp season, but I think season 5, I think he's going to outdo himself here.
Yeah,
which I'm glad.
Yeah, I thought it was a great scream, yell. I mean, he looked terrified.
Incredible acting.
I thought so. I really did.
Yeah, it's going to be intense.
I'm also shocked.
I don't know.
We didn't get Vecna in there.
No Vecna.
No.
Actually, no Jonathan or Nancy. No Murray.
No Jonathan, Nancy. No Murray. Barely Robin in
the background.
And like Erica
in the background.
Fuzzy. Yeah, you have to zoom in.
There. Yeah.
So when do we think trailer's coming?
Well, I mean, you've got July 15th, the anniversary could be. I don't think a full trailer is going to happen until a month or two before the show, because that's kind of what they've done in the past.
Yeah.
And I feel like giving us a trailer that soon,
I think it's going to be
kind of lose the hype.
I think it'll be in between Wednesday somewhere. September, October.
Yeah. I can see that.
Because I think
I
they would want to let some of the probably in between, let some of the Wednesday hype down and ramp up the Stranger Things hype as you go into the finale of Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do multiple teasers like how season 4 did? where they were
I
like
hope
these
so.
almost out of context teasers.
Yeah.
Like the
I
one
hope
with
so.
like footage of
Russia.
like, and then 11 with like
California.
at Hawkins Lab, the
Yeah,
Wheelhouse
lab.
backstory. I think they could do a couple teaser type things. Like they might do something like that on July 15th, but
Yeah.
then eventually I do think they'll drop like a minute and a half teaser
Mhm.
trailer, like officially branded as that. And
Yeah.
then October, or maybe Stranger
Yeah.
Things Day, I saw some people say they might drop like
Yeah.
the official trailer,
Yeah.
the meaty
I said that.
2-minute trailer.
I thought that too. I also thought like the premiere would be an awesome time to do on November 6th.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
That would be very cool.
I think too, because they did it with 4. They gave us like the trailer, and then I think they'll also give another thing in between, like volume 1 and 2, to kind of show that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I think
maybe
they'll do
then-
trailers for each thing.
Yeah,
even the
each.
finale.
Yeah,
The
I
finale
don't think
trailer.
they're going to show
Everything at
anything
once.
of that.
Yeah.
I think all of what we just saw was just kind of volume 1.
Yep.
Those first 4 episodes is what I think. I think it's going to be 4, 3, 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which they didn't give us much, but they gave us just enough to keep us
Yeah.
fed. You know what I mean? Now, the thing that I want to know is there time travel in this? And how is First Shadow connected to season 5? Because Alex Bro, who plays young Brenner in the play,
as military,
is also in season 5.
Yep.
So I just want,
I don't know.
I mean, it would be kind of genius if there was a flashback, time
time
travel,
loop
something like
thing.
that, which has always been a theory running out there.
Yeah,
If
I've talked about Wrinkle in Time because
Mhm.
Ross also posted a little photo of Wrinkle in Time, and I'm like, that has to be something.
Which, like I said, it would be genius if Brenner from the stage production, Brenner in the show. Because in the stage production, yes, there's younger versions of Joyce, Hopper, Bob, and Brenner, and then everybody else is kind of new. Patty's new, Claudia, Karen Wheeler's in there. But as far as the show goes, it would make sense for Alex to do that. I should have asked him.
Do you think that
like write it down?
I'm not gonna tell you.
I know. Tell me crap.
So I haven't seen the play, but I've read all about it. Spoiler a while back, so I'm kind of in the know on it. So I won't say too much. But do you think that they'll include, like, they'll reshoot scenes from the play, specifically flashbacks with the ship, the USS, name's escaping me, Missouri or something like that? Do you think that'll be in season 5? Do you think that they'll go down that path of giving us, the backstory for people who couldn't see the play?
I hope so. And I think it'd be a good chance for Alex to go in that route too.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Because it is military. I mean, and Brenner technically is under that scope.
Yeah.
So it would be a great route. And that is a story randomly, but it is a story told in the Stranger Things comic books too. The ship, Russia to America, the Demogorgons on the ship with the scientists, and they start being hunted. So that is another story that is out there somewhere in the Stranger Things universe. Yeah. So whether they're canon or not, I don't know, but they do a good job where they could fit perfectly into the show. A lot about what those comics write, you can slide it right into the show and it would be perfectly fine and not mess any timeline up of what we've seen. So I hope so. That'd be great, because what they did in the stage play with the ship, just that, and it's I don't think this is a spoiler. It's the like opener of it, pretty much.
Yeah.
What they did with that would look fantastic on screen. So
it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be cool to see, and if the First Shadow is as important as the Duffers say, which it kind of is in my opinion, based on what I've read, to understanding certain reveals in season 5 that could happen.
And
I
we
think
saw
it's
that
important to let the audience know what's up, and so they might film moments from from the play, but like, televised in a sense.
And we saw that in the documentary too, is Kate flat out says like we can barely touch on this because it's gonna be more in the show. So it could be that too, because there are parts, especially like around Henry's story, where we've seen that on screen in season 4 with his parents, and at the dinner table and all of that whole thing at the Crow House. Like, yeah, we've seen that in the show, but the ship I think would make a really good sense for what they do.
Yeah,
let's write it down right now. June 3rd.
I will say, it was on X that I saw it. This guy who's part of like the stunt rigging is also over water like safety, and put in his IMDb that he's part of Shock Jock episode, and it had water safety in it. So I don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
And I do think somehow they're gonna want to incorporate Brenner back into the final season, even though he died last season. So, Alex, I hope we see you as Brenner in season 5. I hope we do.
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
I have to ask, Holly and Karen, that shot.
I was about to.
Is it okay? Cool.
I was like, we need to talk about this.
Is that one? So the second episode of season 5 is called "The Vanishing of Blank." When the episode titles like leaked well in advance, people said it was Blank Wheeler. Are we like all on the train that it's Holly Wheeler at this point? Like 99.9%.
I'm a little.
Okay.
I'm a little off, only because we just got that missing poster. So could it be the vanishing of Jane Hopper? Because we did get 11's missing poster.
It could
or
be.
wanted poster, technically.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I think it could be that, but to me, based on like the little synopsis that the Netflix website put out, it seems like she's intentionally going into hiding, and so that's kind of like almost a cover,
a known thing.
She's missing. Yeah, it's like a known thing. Yeah. But the vanishing of Holly Wheeler would be wild.
Yeah, especially with like that behind the scene quick shot that we got of the lights going off in her bedroom. And I just think that pays tribute to Holly Jolly, where she can see the lights. She saw the Demogorgon. Like, it just makes sense to me that that's happening. And the wallpaper gave off Creel House vibes in a way to me. I don't know if like she's going to be led to the Creel House, something like that. Mom's going to have to like come save the day, try to find her. I think Karen's going to get really badly hurt too by Demogorgons. I think, they're going to flood Hawkins, and a lot of people are going to have casualties, and I can see them like running through the Wheeler house or something. And, so I'm kind of on board with. Yeah, I know, Ted. Don't die, Ted.
He's a goner.
For humor.
He's just knocked out in the recliner the whole time.
He's a goner. Could you imagine, though, like how funny would it be if he's knocked out on the recliner? Meanwhile, the Demogorgons are just like running around his house. He's completely out of it.
It's like, what is going on?
And he wakes up and everyone's just gone. What happened?
Yeah, that would suck. Don't kill Ted.
And awful. The Duffers did say this season is 1 in 4 having a baby. Season 5. But like everything that is out there in the theory, the world of the Stranger Things theories, it all makes it seem like Holly is going to have a season like season 1 will.
Yeah, I think she's important.
So
they recasted her for a reason, and
I
love Nell. Nell's amazing actress, and I think she's really going to deliver in this. I've talked about little things too. If you notice in that quick behind the scenes, you see this necklace and you see a piece on her, and I think it's a D&D piece that Mike is going to give her in hopes to protect her, but obviously I don't think it's going to work. And I think there's going to maybe be some guilt with Mike on that, but I strongly think Holly is not good.
How cool would it be to see like maybe in the finale, right? A shot of the Wheeler siblings, like because now that Holly's older, new actress, her and then Nancy and Mike, but like the Wheeler siblings in action, all 3 of them. Nancy's got a shotgun, of course.
Be cute.
I would love that.
Be cool.
I told, like that. But you know what? That's what I told Kara at Upside Down Con.
Really?
I said, I hope that, because my thing was like Nancy and Karen have this whole talk at the kitchen counter in season 3, right? And they say this is where where Nancy gets her strength from. It's from her mom, from Karen. And I said, I hope we get to see you fighting alongside Nancy. And I said, I hope you're carrying a shoddy just like Nancy's always got right there. And she was like, what's a shoddy? I was like, a shotgun. And she was like, I would want that too. And she's like, but it's not up to me. And I said, well, who do I need to email? And she's like, email the Duffers. I'm like, I'm on it. Because I was like, I really do want to see that. Obviously, because I'm a Nancy stan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think if that was the case, and if that's really where Nancy got her toughness from, then I would love to see them fighting side by side.
Side by side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also because during that conversation, Mrs. Wheeler said she had other bigger dreams than just being a housewife, and the world kind of tore her down. Which not to go back to First Shadow, Dora, I think portrays Karen like so lighthearted and so hopeful. So I think they connected that really well. But I hope we get to see that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, Wheeler
It'd be
family.
really iconic to see something like that.
Yeah.
I hope we get a money shot of like all the characters in the Upside Down, like in the finale, kind of like the shot from season 2 in the Buyer's House when they were all there when 11 pulls up.
And just
like a remake of that with everyone.
That would be
That'd
good.
be so cool.
In the Upside Down, getting ready to go to battle, just like a very close-up shot.
Maybe we get like a running fighting shot like Avengers Age of Ultron.
I was about to say a Portals or even like a Portals Endgame moment with like everyone lining up against like,
all of them running.
The creatures from the Upside Down.
If that was not filmed, go back and do it right now.
Yeah. You have time.
Right. Exactly.
You have plenty of time for the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that would be so good. I hope so. Maybe Finn gets his candlestick again that he held in season 2.
I need Steve to have his bat again. I need to see it.
Yeah.
I just like it absolutely needs to happen. That's just so iconic to him.
I think I think he's gonna have it. I think everything that we fell in love with about these characters,
they're all gonna come
I think
back
it's all coming back. So I'm very happy.
I mean, like with Lucas and his bandana, like that's making.
I told you my bandana theory last time.
Exactly. Just has to come back.
He didn't have the bandana on during the finale. They lost. It's coming back now. So
need Dustin to have some witty hat on or something great, like a shirt, something great.
I hope Susie and Dustin have one scene together. They've never physically been together.
I think they'll give us that, even if it's in like say Dustin Lives and it's like an epilogue type thing.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'd love them to go to college together.
We did tell Gabriella that when she was on. We hope that her and Dustin get a spinoff like at MIT or something. Yeah. And just do sciencey crap together.
Just be nerds.
That'd be cool.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we broke down Tudum.
We forgot one part. We saw Steve and Dustin in the Upside Down at the lab.
They're reunited.
Which that part, I think they're splitting off with Nancy and Jonathan because we saw a quick shot of them. And I think they're splitting off, which, yes, I need those 2 duos. I need those moments.
Mm-hmm. Best duo in the show, I'd say.
Yeah.
Nancy and Jonathan, yeah.
No. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Like, oh, wait a minute, no.
Wow.
Steve and Dustin, baby.
We like Jancy, but it's Steve and Dustin, okay?
I really want to see how Dustin is after Eddie's death and how they address it again in episode 1.
Yeah, I think we see a part where he's biking to the cemetery. So I think we're going to get a tender moment of that as well. And Tara's part.
Yep.
It's also, there's a shot of, like, we forget because we have the behind the scenes teaser too. Like this quick little teaser we got, this little footage from the date announcement, it did feel very dark and very bleak.
Yeah.
But we have to remember, we've seen the behind the scenes teaser shot of like the 4 kids walking around Hawkins High School. There's still going to be those like light moments.
Yeah.
Like, because season 4 was dark as hell, but it still had light moments as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So definitely, we're just gonna have very tender moments, and
Yeah. The Duffers have always blended it perfectly. Like, this show is never too much comedy or too much horror or too much romance. It's like,
the balance.
and that's why when people say like, "Well, what do you like about it?" I'm like, because it's just the blend of everything.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
Nice.
that's why it's the best show.
Yeah, the only shot I think we didn't mention is Mike like protecting.
Yes, I was about to say, let's go back.
So reminiscent of season 3.
2 new characters.
Mhm.
So see that. I kind of felt like that moment of the ground with the doors and military. I think this is a sequence. I kind of have thought that this is going to be likely episode 4 in the cliffhanger moments as well, because we also see Joyce and Will in the background. He looks just drained in that moment, and I like this moment of Mike taking on the role of he's the heart of this group, and he's doing what Will has said he is. So I really enjoyed that quick moment of him doing that. So yeah, I think this is going to be fast paced this moment, but yeah,
Mike hasn't been like a main in my opinion. I mean, since part of season 2, even like he's taken such a back seat, and in season 1 it's like Mike's the main character arguably, right? Right alongside 11, because Will's gone the whole damn time. So it's good to see Mike back, and Will, frankly, because they were out in Cali just screwing around the whole time, like in season 4. Yeah, I think that's clearly the weakest of the plot lines, in my opinion, at least.
That's why I didn't like season 4, honestly.
Really?
That's why I put it last.
Okay.
Just because everybody's split off. I like when everybody's.
It is, and it's long, but I still love it. Obviously,
yeah.
It's just like long on rewatch, especially portions of it can.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited that the group is starting together this round, and probably, even though they're probably going to go off and do their own things, they're still all together in one city this time. So
yes.
Oh, and we forgot the Lumax clip.
Yeah.
Mucus.
Lumax.
Whatever. It's Lumax, idiot.
I'm going off what Finn said. Finn was like mucus. And
whatever.
One interview like 8 years ago.
I like that we're seeing her healed. Like, she doesn't have the arm cast. She doesn't have the neck brace. So I think this could definitely be in like episode 1, 2, maybe-ish. I think one in the first couple bits of episode 1. I think it'd be a very tender moment, like those two having him talking to her, like what's been happening, like what's going on, wishing her she was here, hoping for that movie date still. But yeah.
So when do you think she'll wake up?
That's what I was going to ask.
She wakes up at 1?
Yeah, I think she'll wake up.
Okay.
I would say like 3.
I think maybe not until like the one of the big cliffhangers in the
like 4.
Yeah,
part 1.
No, I don't think 4.
Or part 2, volume 2.
Yeah,
part 2.
Part 2. Yeah, beginning of, I don't know, but obviously I think she's still gonna play a big part. We're definitely gonna see her in Vecna's mind and toying with her in that state as well. But yeah, I don't think she'll wake up till much later.
At the end of episode 4, though, her waking up would be a good one to go into volume 2.
I'd like that.
I feel like,
and I've had different theories because of 4 being called sorcerer, and that's when I've talked about heavily that Will's gonna have powers, and I think that's gonna be this crazy bit of this huge moment with him and Vecna and everything, and I think the ending's gonna be like him coming out and doing that.
I mean, it makes sense. He's Will the Wise, so
yeah. That's what
I mean, I think they're also all going to lean into their like D&D.
Yeah, their characters
this season,
roles.
And I think that's probably what Will Byers is painting in 4 is setting up for this. Because we're probably going to see that that's the Hydra, the 3-headed dragon.
Yeah.
And with episode 4 being sorcerer, yeah. I think they're all leaning into it. So
yeah, I could see her waking up in volume 2. Maybe that's the cliffhanger. I don't know. It would be a great cliffhanger, in my opinion, to be like, okay, yeah. But
I feel like they're going to hit us with some crazy lore reveal at the end of both volumes, or at least volume 1.
Yeah.
Kind of like Massacre at Hawkins Lab with the whole Vecna Henry 01 reveal. That that's like a oh shit, like we didn't see this coming, like the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have an inkling as to what that could be, but it involves First Shadow spoilers, and I'm not going to say it here. I don't think, but
we need to do one episode where we just like talk spoilers and just give the warning before.
Yeah,
because I think we're all trying to say things, and we're like, and it's like I actively avoid spoilers, but I know some. Unfortunately, that just comes with being heavily in the fandom. It just comes with it. So I'm like dancing my way around it and trying to say what I want to say without giving it away. So yeah, we'll have to do like a spoiler-ish episode.
Definitely.
Yeah.
With just the theories and what's already out there, we don't want to spoil anything that's
people avoid.
Yeah. Just things that are already out there that maybe people haven't had the chance to see.
Yeah.
Because
I love it.
Stuff's good.
Yeah.
Stuff is good. I'll say that. So
we should each say, like, we've all got our own theories. What's like one of your biggest theories that you are like holding on to and really hope that it happens or could see it happening? You should say that.
I'm pretty convinced that like, and I've felt this way for a while. I'm pretty like 90% convinced that when Max wakes up, like Vecna's just going to be using her body, so she won't be Max for a while. I don't know how they're going to get the Vecna out of Max, but I'm pretty confident that that he might even have possessed her, and like no one knows that. That would be crazy. Like she's walking around like normal, but she's just a possessed Max.
Oh my gosh,
that would be so scary.
Yeah, that'd be awful.
Well, because he kind of did that. I mean, I don't know if he was technically in her head, but he kind of did that with Lucas in 4.
Yeah.
So that might have been more in her head, but
yeah.
No, yeah, oh yeah, like when she sees
Lucas and and Lucas is really
That's what they could have Max looking like. That would be nuts.
That'd be trippy.
I don't want to see her like that though.
No, that'd be so sad.
Imagine Vecna as like a spy or like a saboteur in the party. Dang, that'd be good.
Well, I'm pretty, like Caleb said it, there's a traitor amongst them. And so
Steve.
Yeah. I'm like, did he just say that? Like, that is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's Robin? They had that theory in season 3. She was like, she knew how to speak how many languages? Just kind of pops up in there. That was one of the theories too. She was a spy.
True, that would be insane. That was such like a BS theory when it came out. If it came true, I'd be like, what?
Yep.
That'd
no way.
Nuts. Maybe she was a Russian spy all along. I doubt it.
No.
And they would put her in high school. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's so many theories to go down on. That's not the right word. That's not the right word. There's so many theories to go down rabbit holes.
I'm not involved in this episode.
That's not right. Which reminds me, we do have a Stranger Things 3 episode on the way too. So we're going to dive more into these. All of them from 1 through 4 to what's coming in 5. So maybe that will be the spoiler episode.
Okay.
Yeah, that works, right?
Sure.
Anyways, y'all heard it here first. Anything else you guys want to cover?
I don't think so.
They're perplexed.
The only thought I had is that the military base scene when like the red glowing is coming up from the ground, I think that'll be the first time we see Vecna in the season, and I think that he's gonna go crazy. I made like a little short video about it where
Pop.
he's gonna like if it's
Pop
shot
right
in
out.
like one take style too with some crazy
He's
new piece of music.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I think it could be one of the best scenes in the show.
And just
So
It's
fuck
gonna be
them up.
madness. I think
Yeah.
all those military guys dead because
Yeah.
with that Mike scene protecting you in the background, you see military on the ground, and one
They're
guy's
cooked.
arm looks absolutely cracked and popped.
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna be tense. This is the moment that this guy's making his entrance through a portal. Just
That would be great.
chaos everywhere.
Which,
And I go ahead.
No, so to that point, right? I was talking about this with Cam. Do you guys like? I'm pretty sure this is factual. Please correct me if I'm wrong here.
Mhm.
This, when Vecna appears at the military base, will that technically be the first time Vecna's been in the right side up? Because when we've seen him, it's either in the upside down or he's in people's brains, like minds, right? Mind games. It'll be the first time like we've seen him in Vecna form, where like other people can be like, that thing's walking around, that's Vecna.
Yeah.
Like, that's valid, right? Like that's crazy
Yeah.
to think about. So
Absolutely.
that's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. I know there's other parts. I don't like want to super go into it because it's not from Stranger Things, but there's like moments of like at the Creel house with like two people and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think this is the very first time we'll see Vecna in his form, just chaotic.
So,
and
like, how crazy do you think the kills are going to be? Because like he's obviously like toying in season 4. He's like taking his time and like it's these slow mo things.
Be massive.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be like fast. Like he's going to be going and like Henry Creel in the Massacre, like, that level of just
boom.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I think
insane. That's why I think this is the cliffhanger of 4, and I think that we're gonna get a Will Vecna moment of just like face to face.
And I think, man, some of the deaths were so scary in 4. Like when they got Vecna'd, absolutely insane. Yeah. So I can only imagine what they're gonna do in 5. And we haven't talked about this yet, but the rumor, what's going out there is that Stranger Things 5 is TVMA for the rating now.
Yeah.
Which is like technically, from what I read, is like it could be a broad scope. It doesn't necessarily mean all the episodes are going to be super graphic, but over the entire season, it's got a TVMA.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Show some skin, David.
There were TVMA eps in like the last season. I'm pretty sure, like the Vecna stuff. That's intense, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like the whole season having that stamp on it means every app probably has something pretty intense.
Yep. Yeah. Because usually it's TV-14, but now we've got TVMA, so it's gonna be. Which I'm excited. I love it. I like the gore. I like the intensity on things. I wish more superhero movies would bump up their ratings. So I'm excited for Stranger Things.
No, yeah, I can't wait. Like I would say, I want to get y'all's answer to this. What projects, movies, or TV shows in your life have you been the most excited for? Because for me, I look back my whole life. I go, Force Awakens was a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the first Star Wars movie for me in theaters because I'm a young lad.
Yeah.
And then like Infinity War Endgame. And then personally, I was hyped for the new Indiana Jones.
That's what I was going to say.
That was. But Stranger Things 5, I think, is right up there with maybe the most of all time. Like I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah. I was going to say Endgame was probably a huge one that I could not wait to see. Yeah. Especially because that's the first time we've seen them take a loss. So that was a good one. Same way as season 4. This is the first time we see them lose. Yeah. So it sets it right up to be a great season. A good comeback season too. So
yeah.
And I trust the Duffers wholeheartedly with the finale.
Me too.
I'm not
full confidence.
I'm not scared.
I'm not. This is like the first time where I'm like, they're gonna deliver a finale. You know, everybody's always worried, like, because you can't make everybody happy, right? When you end a show or the end of a trilogy, whatever it is, you can't make everybody happy. But I think I think they're gonna knock it out of the park. I trust everybody, so
yeah, I think people are gonna be left satisfied. Yeah, like it's our last time in Hawkins, and it's very. I don't want to say bittersweet because I think it's a beautiful ending. It's tender, but yeah, it's emotional.
yeah,
for sure.
we're all gonna be out of jobs next year. So what are we gonna do?
I'll always talk about Stranger Things.
I know people ask
It's
me,
always a part of
"What are you
me.
gonna do when
I
it's
know they're like,
over?"
"What are you gonna do?"
Uh,
Talk about Stranger
I'm
Things.
gonna catch up on the
I'm like,
collection
I've
that I
been
don't
talking
have.
about it. Yeah,
exactly.
like I've been making content for over like what
And
3 years now since the fourth one.
and
So
also it doesn't go anywhere. Like I always say
yeah,
this when people tell me this too. I'm
around.
like, "What are you gonna do when it's over?" I'm like, people are still talking about Star Wars.
Yeah,
One of those movies been out
Exactly.
forever. People are
yeah.
still talking
That
about Harry Potter.
Harry
That trilogy
Potter.
ended
I'm just like,
10
yeah,
years ago. Like
exactly.
Game of Thrones. Like there's always going to be reiterations of stuff. Star Wars started their new trilogy. Now they're talking to do it again. Harry Potter starting the TV show again. We're getting the animated series
Got
for Stranger
killed. Yep.
Things. So
There's gonna be some live action spin-offs too that they'll announce, I bet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
So
even at this year's Stranger Things Day.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've said this before. Netflix will milk this teat. They will milk it for everything it's worth.
Yeah.
And it's a good teat. So have at it, Netflix.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know what all of these examples I'm using are today, but
I don't either.
anyways, where the hell's my brain? Anyways, yeah. Tudum overall, I give it 8 out of 10. I'm very excited. The Stranger Things gave me just enough to just keep wanting more. So
Yeah. Oh, I will say when I was there, I got interviewed by Netflix and this new thing that's coming to Dallas. I got to see a sneak peek of this new thing that's coming. It's called Netflix House, and I did get to see some Stranger Things stuff.
I'm
So
super
it looks
excited.
really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't talk about it.
That's in
But
the
it looks
Galleria.
very, very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
That's
excited.
what I said. I was like, this is what I told Chester. I was like, we're going to go to that together.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go to this thing together. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. That's supposed to be what? Fall? Q4, I think. Late
Yeah.
Q3. So I would
Pretty cool.
assume it's probably in the era of Wednesday before
Is
Stranger
that like a
Things.
Netflix exhibit or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like this immersive thing is how I would describe it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a bunch of other different shows too with it. It's called Netflix House. So
I think it's supposed to have like their immersive gaming and then like the store and I think like food type stuff. Because right now they have the Netflix restaurant in Vegas and then they've had the Netflix experiences, Squid Game experience, Stranger Things experience pop up everywhere. And I think it's an infusion of that because the store was here in Dallas in 2021, I think, and it did really well. They extended it. It was supposed to be just a pop-up shop and ended up staying for like a year-ish and a half. So I guess that's why they brought it back to Dallas.
I missed the Stranger Things, like, what was it called? This experience. And then like the store
those
afterward.
so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I
And now Australia's got it now.
I know. I'm like, they have to bring it here. They're gonna bring it here.
I hope so.
They
It
have
was
to.
what was it? Was it Brazil for the longest time? Was it Brazil?
It was, it wasn't the US.
Yeah.
It was Brazil, and then I think it popped up in Australia now.
Yeah.
So I hope so. I can't wait for that. I'll be there every day. But yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, Netflix is gonna have a big year. So I don't know what we're gonna do next year, like I said, but we'll find another show to hyperfixate on, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, this was a really great episode. Chris, you're absolutely the best. Hannah, you're okay.
Okay, bye. Yeah.
I had fun. Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. We still owe you a Star Wars episode. You can jump in on the theories episode.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then in season 5, lots to dive into.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
It'll be like a 5-hour-long podcast.
Yes.
For just
podcasts are
going to
get longer and longer. Yeah. Chris, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Filmstocked, the same for Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, and X or Twitter.
HannahSarah?
You can find me on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok at official HannahSarah. Also on X, but I don't really do anything there. And Letterboxd, but that's always hard for me. Oh my god!
You can find me Cubbie Collects, Cubbie. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and I think for right now, that's all we got. Wait, I want to try this thing with y'all. There's this radio show that I really like, and every time they do the sign off, he's always like, "Everybody say bye," and then everybody says bye. Mm-hmm. Can we try?
We can try.
Okay.
All right.
And I think for right now, that's all I got. Everybody say bye. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all are all late, bro. We tried.
You're late.
We tried. And that's all we got.